Glenn, first off, congratulations on a third season of AP Bio. How's it feeling knowing in about a week it's going to be in front of all of our eyeballs?
It's surreal just because I feel like I started reading those scripts and we shot it so long ago. Although really was just kind of the beginning of this year. But that weirdly feels like an eternity considering everything we've been going through. I'm so excited for people to see it because I really feel like Mike O'Brien, the show's creator writer, is really just getting warmed up with this show, and there's something a little unhinged about this season that I really love because that's just my personal taste. Mike took a lot of risks this year, kind of pushing the format, pushing what the show can kind of get away with comedically and still feel like it's grounded within the rules that it's established for itself. So I personally, I mean, over the course of working on Sunny for 15 seasons, I've become pretty cynical about comedy, or not cynical, just picky about what I find funny, what I don't find funny. And these scripts just killed me this year. I mean, I love this show so much. I'm so excited for people to see the third season. I'm so stoked that we got picked up.
Was there a time between the move from the cancellation with NBC and the pickup at Peacock? Was there a sense that there would be a third season, or was there really a moment where it was like, we might be looking that we had two good seasons and that's our run?
It was a little of both. I mean, it was weird because what happened. Basically, what happened was, this is never really reported in the press, which is upsetting. I always felt like somebody should have gotten more on top of this, because the reality is slightly different than that. What really happened was the ratings were okay, but not great on NBC, and they felt like it wasn't enough to pick up the show. But from what I understand, the show always had a massive streaming audience, and at the time we were streaming on Hulu, and apparently we were doing really, 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 really well on Hulu. But then, Hulu got mostly bought by Fox Disney. And so, they were kind of shifting the kind of stuff that they wanted to do. So then we were kind of caught in this limbo where we had this big streaming audience, but we didn't have a place to put it. And then when Peacock was getting ready to launch, they weren't sure, again, this is all my understanding. So this is what I was told, but that they weren't sure if they were going to even be putting on original shows, or if they're just going to be syndicating, NBC Universal products and movies, or if they were going to be doing original programming. And originally they weren't. So we were like, oh no, nobody's going to pick us up, even though we have this big streaming audience. But once they made the decision to pull the trigger and do original shows, that's when they very quickly picked us up, because I think they looked at those streaming numbers and they were pretty stoked. I hate that the narrative is that the show didn't do well on NBC, and it didn't, because that's only part of the story,
That's one of the things we heard from a lot of our readers who love the show, and that's the same thing. They said, we're delayed viewers.
Yeah,
we're not going to be the live in viewing audience that existed years before, and we kept hearing that more and more because our coverage of the show always used to do amazing, so we knew there was a crowd there.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, I think it's just a show that skews toward an audience that is a more of a streaming audience. So I think that's right.
Glenn, before I let you go, I want to say, and you mentioned It's Always Sunny. First off, congratulations on what's going to be the record-breaking 15th season. It's just amazing, personally and professionally as a fan. Just in general, how are things looking for the new season?
We're trying to figure it out. It's a little complicated, obviously, with everything that's going on. It's really, at this point, really, it's more of a timing thing. All three of us have various other projects that we're working on. And then when you combine with that with the fact that production is extremely limited right now, we're just trying to figure it out. But the excitement and the intention is there. We fully intend to do a 15th and maybe even a 16th season. We're excited to do it. We're excited to get back to work. So it's just a matter of figuring out the timing, but we're all very motivated to do it.
Fantastic. Glenn, thank you so much again. Congratulations on the third season, and thank you for taking the time to talk with me today.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. Thank you. Thank you.